he is picking a few positions, and Perez actually losing a win on Schumacher in front. And what is Verstappen doing? Verstappen goes in the back of Perez, and I am pretty sure he has wing damage right here. Both of them are going into the pits. It's going to be a double stack for Red Bull, and that's not going to be good for their hopes for the WCC even. If they don't get points now, they're pretty much out of the WCC because it's a 1-2 for Ferrari. I think it's Sainz to Leclerc, and oh my god, the scenes in the finale of our My Team career mode. And Leclerc becomes a world champion with Ferrari. Swag guys, this is SwaggerTurbo and welcome back to Season 2 of SCUTERIA SUPARI My Team Career Mode. Obviously, we had a pretty dull Season 1, I'd say, because obviously getting points was super hard. But hopefully this season is slightly better. We finished 6th in the Constructors, like in the WCC at least, which is pretty damn sick. We have every single upgrade backed up, so we won't really lose any performance. And let's just hope that a few other teams around us, like the Aston Martin, Williams, they lose a bit of performance because of the new regulations and stuff. So yeah, let's get into this video. Obviously, this is gonna be like a trailer for season 2. I'm gonna be talking about all the different cars, all the new teams, hint hint. But yeah, all the new teams that are gonna join F1 in our universe. And of course, we have to renegotiate our contract with Jehan Daruwala over here. He's been doing pretty okay in the kind of car we have. Of course, there's a lot of things that he still has to, work on. And I just want him to be in this journey with us, like, till the end. Because obviously, season 2, I don't think will be a top runner, or should I say a front runner, but we should at least be somewhere close to the guys in front, like, at least a midfield team. So obviously, we have decent amount of resources right now, and let's just get a bit more resource over here. Morale is already down, so I was just like, you know what, let's just let that go down even more. It's fine. And yeah, overall, just finishing up the last season completely now, with a few upgrades here and there. Obviously, the chassis and durability is affected, so this is completely fine. We get up to acclaim level 13, which is pretty good. And our boy Jehan gets up to level 10, which is not too bad. Honestly, it's not too bad. As a whole team, we are 16th, and now we have 13 million as a team. So this is going to help quite a bit. And without any, further ado, of course, we came 11th, Jehan 23rd. And yeah, let's get straight into the livery and team reveals. And here it is. This is going to be our livery for season 2 of SCUTERIA SUPARI My Team Career Mode. Of course, I was telling you guys earlier as well that we are going to have a completely Indian kind of look, and this livery just fits in perfectly. It's got the orange, it's got the white and the green, and the best part, we even have the blue, which is just perfect. But yeah, getting into the driver lineup, of course, we have us and Jehan Daruwala. Obviously, he accepted the contract. You guys did see it just a bit ago, and hopefully, with all the upgrades that we put on the car, our car is decent, like, I don't know, at least competitive a little bit, because last year it was a struggle and a half. So I'm just hoping that this year we can get at least, we can get constant points maybe. And yeah, just being consistent with all the points would be kind of nice. And shall I just say, the livery looks beautiful. I was thinking about going for a chrome look, but then I was like, you know what, the orange, white, green just looks perfect, and the blue borders just, it fits the Indian flag perfectly, and I am really in love with this car. Now we have a complete Indian team, so hopefully we, both of us, obviously the drivers also from India, hopefully we can make India proud, maybe get into the podium. And let's get into the next one. We have Audi Sport getting into our universe. Of course, all the mods that I've used for the liveries is down in the description. You can go and check it out. Show some love to these guys as well. But yeah, look at that amazing livery. It's a red and black Shell is powering them, obviously Bosch being their main sponsor, and their lineup is two young drivers. Guan Yu Zhou obviously retained from last season, and we have Liam Lawson taking the seat of Valtteri Bottas. Obviously, he was with us earlier on, and now he's got a seat. Maybe thanks to SCUTERIA SUPARI, who knows? But yeah, obviously we got rid of him just to get Jehan into our team and make it a completely Indian team. So yeah, Liam Lawson joins Audi Sport, and you must be thinking, what happened to Alfa Romeo and Sauber? Because obviously Sauber sold their company and the car and all the research that they've done till now to Audi here. So the question now, just turns into, what happened to Alfa Romeo? Are they gone for good? What happened to Sauber? Obviously, it's Audi Sports Sauber still, but what happened to Alfa Romeo overall is something that we have to see. Obviously, Fred Vasseur, the team principal, had joined Ferrari in real life, and somewhat similar thing has happened to Ferrari in our universe as well. Meet the new Ferrari Alfa Romeo collab. Of course, again, mods down in the description. You can go check it out. And such a beautiful car this is. They've got the proper shiny red. Alfa Romeo joins Ferrari. Not just the team principal, but the whole team just joins Ferrari as Ferrari Alfa Romeo. And they obviously keep Charles Leclerc and Sainz because obviously they are the reigning world champions. Leclerc was a world driver champion, and WCC was with the guys in Ferrari. So obviously, just like in real life, Alfa Romeo and Fred Vasseur join Ferrari. Obviously, who would have thought? I was actually think I saw a few mods and was pretty impressed by a few of them. Not gonna lie, but this one just hit completely different. It's such a good looking livery as well, and let's see if they can actually keep the whole momentum going. Obviously they have made a lot of mistakes even the last season. Hopefully they don't do it this time around, and let's see if they can continue dominating in our universe, or is, let's say, Mercedes or the likes of even McLaren, who were doing very well last time around, catch them up, and can Red Bull, the team who just lost out in the last race, make a comeback and get their WCC back. And next up, we got this amazing looking Braun Mercedes. Can I just say that the white and yellow just complement each other so well. The car just looks fantastic. Jenson Button joins the team as a manager just for now, but we have a proper Braun X Mercedes collab going on, and the whole thing just looks perfect. The livery just pops out and looks so good. If this happens in real life, not gonna lie, it would be a very sick looking car. But yeah, looking at the lineup now, they have the same lineup. Nothing has changed from last time around. They've got Lewis Hamilton as well as Russell, who is extremely focused. And if you compare his focus to the other drivers as well, it's like extremely high. And can that help Russell maybe win a few more races? Because he did win one last time around. And will that help him? Will that motivate him? And can Mercedes give him a car that helps him get that first WDC that he's looking for? Obviously, we have a lot of races still that we have to see if what's going to happen, how the cars are going to develop, or have a few cars fallen back because of all these new regulation changes. So we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, let's get straight into the next team, which is Red Bull. Red Bull obviously losing the last WCC and WDC as well in the final race in Abu Dhabi. Just like what happened in real life, where they won it, they lost it. They've gone with a completely different color scheme. They are trying to manifest a win for themselves, and they've gone with a dark blue, gold, and white. As you can see, of course, a new overall as well. They have pretty decent focus as well, 90 and 89, which is not too bad. But yet again, that's still lower than what Russell had. And I think both the Ferrari drivers had as well. So these guys are super focused. let's just see if that kind of focus can be put into their car as well, and can they make and just out develop the other cars around them and get that championship back. Of course, I've gone with a gold livery, hoping that they can get back their World's Driver Championship as well as the World's Constructor Championship. So, will they be able to do it? A lot of white as well in this particular livery. And as I said, yet again, all the mods, the links are in the description, so you guys can go and check it out for yourselves as well. What an amazing job these guys have done. And honestly speaking, I wouldn't have been able to make this without the help of, all these mods that are there online. So, next up, the next team that we have is Vodafone McLaren. They haven't really gone with the whole silver and red theme, but Vodafone joins McLaren back, and is this the hint, or is this what we needed? Of course, McLaren hasn't really been up there with the top three, but off late, I think after, let's say, half the season last time out, they did start doing way better than what they were doing at start. Norris is extremely focused, whereas Ricardo not that much. So maybe he will be retiring this season, or swapping out just like in real life. Who knows? We'll have to see about that. But the livery itself is so good. It looks really nice, and the whole body as well of the car just matches very well with the whole dark grey and the red vibes. And of course, when Vodafone left McLaren and Formula One all together, McLaren kind of, went on a downward descent. Obviously, we all remember the chrome and red colored car, but Vodafone has come back, has made a return to Formula One, and what we have to see is, will that get back the McLaren we know to glory? So this is like a road to glory kind of thing for them, and will they be able to do that? Obviously, only time will tell. And let's get into the next team, which is Alpine. Alpine has a contract with United Colors of Benetton now. They have chucked the whole blue color that they came in with, and they've gone with a completely different look for their whole car. We have a green color Alpine now. Who would have thought of this combo? But yeah, that's what we have right now. The overalls obviously still has BWT in it, mostly because BWT is still a sponsor, but because United Colors of Benetton is a bigger sponsor, they got to choose which color scheme they should go with, and they chose a green and black livery. Honestly speaking, it looks pretty damn amazing, and they have retained Fernando Alonso and Ocon, who did pretty okay for Alpine, to be very honest, because they were consistently in the points, and hopefully we can get closer to Alpine and leave the likes of Aston Martin, Williams, and the rest of the pack just up behind, because we have to do a lot of upgrades to the car, obviously, because our car right now is still pretty slow if you really think about it, and the only way we can do that is by a lot of upgrades. Of course, United Colors of Benetton is getting a lot of money into the team as well, so Alpine might just go, get their glory that they're searching for, and again, only time will tell if they get it or not. Next team is Alpha Tauri, and they've gone with a completely different livery this time around, and it's mainly because they have partnered up with Infinity, who was a previous sponsor to Red Bull. So they've teamed up with Infinity this time around, hoping that they don't just remain a sister team to Red Bull, and they have retained the same driver lineup, Pierre Gasly as well as Sonoda, in black overalls with a bit of purple here and there, and the livery looks so good this time around. They obviously had gone for a plain a white and blue livery earlier, whereas this time around, with Infinity joining them, they've added a few colors, and let me just tell you, this looks amazing. The whole shine that you get even when you're driving this car in game, it looks just amazing. They obviously finished behind us in the World's Constructors Championship, and hopefully we have the same kind of resource development and just overall development of the car and have more fights with them, because to be honest, they were either too quick or way too slow compared to our car. So hopefully this time around it's more of a competition for everyone, not just like the back runners or the front runners, for the midfield as well. Next up, we got the Aston Martin. They've gone with a completely different look. Obviously, they retain the green and yellow scheme, but the green is more of a matte finish and slightly darker as well. And thankfully, in our universe, Sebastian Vettel has not decided that he wants to retire yet. So this is pretty huge. They have Vettel as well as Lance Stroll. Obviously, Lawrence Stroll owning the company. So I don't think Lance Stroll is going to get kicked out from Aston Martin anytime soon. So both of them are still in the same car. Thankfully, we have a bit more. You can see a bit more from Sebastian Vettel, and let's see if they can make a car for season 2 which is actually competitive, or will they fall further down the grid. And for next up, we got massive changes to last few teams. We have BMW joining Williams and becoming BMW Williams. Obviously, BMW was there in Formula 1 early on, and they are back. They are back to Formula 1 and they have partnered with Williams. And of course, the driver lineup is the same as last time: Alexander Albon and Nicolas Latifi. They have pretty decent focus as well, and I feel like if Alex gets a better car this time around from with the help of BMW and Williams collab, there's a high chance that he actually scores a lot of points, because he's been doing amazingly. That's the person who I actually want to target and get into our team. But of course, we are going with a completely Indian team, so Jehan is the person we're going to use. What's going to happen in the next season, no one knows. But for now, of course, we are going to stick with Jehan Darola, and BMW and Williams have decided to stick with the same lineup that they had earlier on. Of course, they didn't really score points last time, so let's hope that this time maybe they can make a few more upgrades. And to be very realistic, I don't think that they'll become a midfield team anytime soon. There's still a lot of upgrades and development that Williams has to do. So let's see what the future has for this team. And next up, we have Haas, who has resolved their issue with Rich Energy, and both of them yet again collab with each other and hope like hell that they do better than last time around. Obviously, last season wasn't the best for Haas either. They did get few points here and there, but towards the end, they were also somewhat on the same boat as us, where they needed more resource points, or they were getting stopped by their specs, like the fabrication and whatnot. So yeah, overall, even they didn't have a very good growth as a team. They do have Kevin Magnussen and Mick Schumacher for season 2 as well. The whole black and gold livery looks pretty clean, if you ask me. And in game, obviously, it looks even better. So we'll have to see what Haas does and what they have for us in season 2. Of course, this has been the whole grid reveal for season 2, and I just hope that you guys liked all the liveries. Let me know down in the comment section which livery you like the most, and let's get into the next season's track list and see which tracks we'll be racing at. So the first one is going to be Melbourne, followed by Imola. Honestly, these are the tracks which I didn't really race much last time around, so we left out Imola. So we're gonna go to Imola. Miami, Spain is a new addition. I'm pretty sure we didn't have that last time around. Then Silverstone and Spielberg make a return from season 1, and so does Spa and Monza. And we have a new track which is Portimao in Portugal. I really love the track, so gonna do a race over there. And again, the finale is going to be in UAE, Abu Dhabi. If you guys did enjoy this part 0 or the trailer for season 2, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys with race 1.